Work and power cables built for your needs. CBI cables. Plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer. Authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com. It's where Crosscheck gets his haircuts. Duratagre for all your new construction plumbing needs. Outside, inside, all around the town. Contact Dura. You need the pipe? They have the pipes. Utica Club Lounge, where the Yeti hang out pre-game and post-game. Incredible food. We have live music. Have a drink with the Yeti. Get some autographs. Bay Farms, where the beef's at. Where the hay's at. Contact Jimmy Fay. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. It's been a great season so far. What a score. Brandwide Distillery, Cortland, New York. Stop in, say hello to Jimbo. Check out the shop. While you're at the shop, get yourself a little sampler. Sample that coffee liqueur. Have a little gin and tonic, maybe. And I know he's got that rumski. Stop in. It's what the Yeti drink. Right. Join us on Monday nights.
Hello, Paul Noecker.
Greg Beecher, Yeti Nation. What's up, everybody? It's been a couple weeks. How you been?
Good and bad at the same time. It's been it was nice to get a little family time in, hang out with everybody, but I tell you, my hip is screaming. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it to the Buffalo box because I knew there was no going up and down a ladder. So that was pretty much decided for us that we weren't going there because I definitely joined the old man club. I got a cane I walk around with now sometimes, so it's been an interesting go. But I mean, tons of box lacrosse going on. Nice to see Josh out there. We got OJ. It's
Josh and OJ's out there. I a couple weeks ago, I was OJ interviewed me, and haven't been on YouTube yet to see if it's on there yet. But thanks to the Juice for getting us on there. It was awesome. It was great talking to him.
yeah,
Good stuff.
it's always a good time. So what's up with the Yeti junior program? You guys got to play.
Yeah, we got to play. Actually, we had a home and home with Oswego. We went up to Oswego last Monday, and the boys played. A little bit older. Our boys are a little bit older than theirs, but it was an opportunity for everybody to get some runs and play some serious ball. So that they did inside Chrysofelli Field, and the junior, whatever the score was. I don't want to say it just because you know what,
But you guys had a good time. A bunch of kids got to play a game that haven't gotten to play
the
yet.
guys. They got to travel not a far distance. Got to play real box lacrosse. They had officials up there, and it was good for them to get out there and run around and bump hips. And then this last Wednesday, they came down to Rome, and we were able to play against them in Rome. We gave them some players. We had a good number of players. We were actually able to get, I think, 5 of our not women, but the high school, college age girls also jumped in, and they had a blast. And it went to overtime in a shootout. The Yeti edged out the Bucks by 12-11. But again, it was all for the playing of the game, bumping hips. The medicine. Everybody got a great feel. There was a good crowd in the stands, so it was good for the sport. It was great to see Doc and Dan down in Rome, and we put together a pretty good home and home for, not to say last minute, but Coach Coleman, Aaron is busting his tail trying to get this rocking, and my man's got it rocking. So I'm excited to help him get this next stage of box lacrosse going. And it's not just the junior Yeti. The name is, I guess, Lady Yeti is from what I'm being told, or it's Lady Yeti. Yeah, the Lady Yeti are going to be playing as well. We're waiting to hear about the NABLL, excited to participate there. I know the girls are excited. They've been running. We'll be going again Wednesday night. Chuck and Carly got a pretty good practice plan put together for them. Many of the girls are still in town, and some are still arriving in town. So we got some local or local college players that are also going to be playing. So I'm excited. The interest of the box game is it's starting to grow. It's starting to take off. And what a great week it was here in Utica. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday championship game was on Saturday of the NLL College Box Lacrosse Series.
Yeah, that boxless series. That's a
It was
how was
awesome.
that?
It was awesome. Seamus and Nate and Molly Leary, they worked down in the penalty box. I was down there for 3 games, but it was a great series of games. I mean, every one of those teams honestly could have at one point or the other probably got to the championship, and it was the three-time defending champion going for their fourth. Played the San Diego Royals against the Rochester Hawkeyes, and the Hawkeyes took it to them, and in overtime they won. It was a great game, all the way around. As far as up and down the field, goalies making saves, it was incredible. I was honored to be a part of it. As far as getting to scream that goal scoring moment, across the with the name and everything. That's all I'm listening to as the announcers are doing their thing. I'm like, oh, there I am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. So you got to
But
call it out. I mean, an exciting game, so it definitely didn't disappoint. I mean, so you watch these young guys, you get a chance. This is basically either U21 or is it U22 because of the way it breaks down?
well, it's probably you. Well, I think it's U21, but I think if it, they got to be of the in college still, so therein lies the issue where but again, some of these kids aren't going to be playing. They got noticed. That's for sure. The talent was there, but they're in college, and they're getting their degrees before they try to make that jump into the big leagues. But there's definitely a couple that were impressive, incredible. A shout out to Dylan Snow. He played with the Buffaloes this past season. Great watching him play. And as far as it was a great matchup of all the teams. I mean, the San Diego team brought a great team. The Royals, Rich Hodge brought a great team. Ron Cogan was helping on. I seen Rich going through. He was actually that green team was sugar the Gales of the Potomac Gales, and very good team. I mean, look at these saves, man. It was great stuff. Great games all the way around. Great shooting. And to watch these guys, the body checks. There was, but you're bumping and everything, but it was boys playing ball. Going all out. The rides. There was so many 10-second counts just because the guy, the way they put the pressure on. It was good. It was
Yeah,
great stuff.
just because they were
Uh,
riding so hard. I mean, yeah, definitely looks
yeah,
like a good
Charlie
time.
Charlie Legassi. If I ever I apologize if I mispronounced it. He's the commissioner of the series, and he put together a great weekend. I know Seamus, Nate, and Molly did a great job. They were on top of it, doing the announcing, in-game announcing, and Molly was rocking the scoreboard. So it was good to see. It was good to see us being involved. I enjoyed it. As did they, which we're getting ready for the NABLL championship. I mean, it's going now from one championship to another championship. Then there will be a little bit of a break onto another world championship. So a lot of people are starting to, they're bringing in some people. They did some time clock, brought some new people in to get used to the time clock. So it's been a good weekend. Everybody's starting to find their where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? And pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Everybody's
And
getting
then of
into their
course, yeah,
groove and getting ready for
everybody's getting,
getting
yeah,
ready for
yeah,
Worlds. I mean, now it's kind of just in that mode. I mean, the Can-Am season's over, so as far as we're concerned, unfortunately, like I said, we didn't make it to that Buffalo box that I really wish we had. I'm sure it was a great tournament. They got a lot of talent there.
congrats to Space Lax. They won the tournament, so props to them. That's
Kudos,
awesome
Space
job.
Lax. Yeah.
Space Lax. Let's get them going. Let's play some ball in the in league ball. Let's get you playing with us, guys. Out east. We'll come out west.
Well, that's the thing with those tournament teams is you never know
Yeah.
which guys have enough guys like that, and a lot of these guys play
Yeah,
on
but
so
take a
many other
look.
teams.
As far as that's
That's jet ski.
jet
He
ski.
played
That's jet
for
ski. Yeah,
he
he
played
played
for
for
the Surf.
Seneca. Yeah.
That's what I mean is like a lot of these guys find other teams to play with, so it makes you wonder how
Well,
it'll
but
shape
you
up.
want to know what with the growth though, Greg? That's what's cool about this is there's other guys that are out there. Take a shot. Let some of these guys. Everybody wants to win the championship. I want number one. Of course, that's what we're playing for. But you want to want to see some of these guys being able to play some ball, whether it's the first time they're playing ball or they're seasoned veterans,
Yeah,
or
and
you want
Tahoka
to
was playing for Space Lax, it looks like. So he got the MVP of the tournament and the
nice.
yeah, so he got the plaque and the belt. So congratulations. So yeah,
And
I
I
mean
see.
that just speaks to the level of lacrosse that was out there. I really wish I could have
Yeah.
made it. Unfortunately, like I said, I got I think it was walking in the sand that really screwed me up. I was walking in the
Yeah.
sand trying to let Bella swim in the ocean, and I walked down into the ocean for a couple minutes, and yeah, that was it for me. It was pretty much it for the vacation. I was on the cane for pretty much the rest of the
Well,
week.
that's where you just sit there and you have some of this here, that some of that there Jimbo's just to numb the little Jimbo's distilled vodka. That'll numb it. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
we're out of Jimbos in this house. We drank it all.
We we'll have to get down to Cortland. We'll definitely have to do a day drive distillery tour,
Yeah,
and
we'll have to
we'll stop into Jimbo's.
take this show on the road.
Take it on the road. That's absolutely can do. But yeah, as far as after this weekend, NABLL's here. Who is in the show, man? All I know is Cambridge right now. I believe I
So
haven't had an
Cambridge, the
opportunity.
Nor'easters, that means they beat Maine. So
They beat Maine.
they stood me up twice in a
They
row for
they,
the
they
show.
played
Maybe that's the
Paper
good luck.
City.
Oh, so they ended
They
up
played
playing Paper City.
Paper City. Yeah, yeah. They beat Paper City.
Aha. Well, I'll
Yeah.
get into that one in 1 second, but first I was going to kind of touch upon this real quick.
Let's do
So
that.
Can-Am, shout out to Kebby Bomberry and that team down there. I mean, you got Billy D. Smith, Chase Fraser. You kind of expected once I started seeing that roster, I was like, oh man, this is the team to beat. So yeah, no, they had all the parts and pieces. I mean, so you had Leo Sturos, Frank Brown, uh, Cloutier tearing it up. Everybody up and
Oh,
down that
the
roster.
behind the
Plus,
back, that one behind the back was just insane. That last was probably, I think it was the 10th goal. It was his fourth goal of the first period there,
yeah,
where he
it was
caught that coming
nuts.
through the middle. It was a great game.
Yeah,
That's an incredible team right there. And you want to know, I love listening to, it was Coltier actually, Coltier, however
Cloutier.
you say, Coutier.
Yeah,
As far as, they came down and they did it for for the people. They brought that group of guys down together, and to help build the
build the community,
you know
build the
build
lacrosse
the
down there, and
community.
they really
Yeah,
are. So
props to them. Yeah,
this is
props to
Jesse
them.
Jimerson, 28. He's one of the transition guys. So a lot of the unsung heroes, I would say, when it comes to this Can-Am Allegheny team, are the guys like Jesse Jimerson, Rudy George, these transition players that play defense, but they also get up the floor and can play offense. I mean, there's so many guys you're going to leave some out, but everybody wants to talk about them having Fraser and Cloutier. But if you look at the transition goals they get, that's the hidden gem on this team, and I think that's what really, if they've got a chance in the President's Cup, it's strong defense, solid goaltending, and that. Oh, we got Kai the goalie on from Georgia. Nice to see you, Kai.
Hey,
But
what's
yeah,
up,
they've got.
guy?
So I mean, in this whole Can-Am finals, you had two Team USA goalies, and then we go
Yep.
to the NABLL. We'll probably have another Team USA goalie getting to watch Dave Mathers talking about goalie having Kai in there. But yeah, so you had Jake Lazor playing for Tonawanda Braves, and he's phenomenal goalie. Team USA, I think 2004. But and then you had Chase Martin, who we've watched play at Laxnigh for Team USA. I think he actually made the team. I want to say 20. Might not be 100% because I think that was the COVID year he got screwed up with that. But Goa Abrams, he's played Team USA. These guys have played the NLL. The goaltending in that league is exceptional. I mean, the goaltend. It's hard to say that a goaltender made a bunch of saves when you look at the 20 goal, 20-5 in that last game. But I tell you, they both these goalies in this league are nuts.
Hey, that's a couple of them. I think even at one point did play. We played against the Eels when the Eels were
Here
going
comes
that
that.
first year.
Yeah, so there's that Fraser. Yeah, no, oh yeah, no, you definitely had some, but that's that BTB from Fraser. This
Yeah,
is Ken Amory posted it for us, but yeah, this was nuts.
they did it for us. Thanks, Can-Am.
Yeah, no, well we tag them in it and make them collaborators. So then
Oh,
they
okay,
repost everything for us. So they actually no, they
awesome.
do. They're Nancy that runs their public relations or media relations. I'm not sure what her actual position is called, but yeah,
Thank you, Nancy.
yeah, no, she's awesome. And then like here's Owen Hill. He might have been one of those guys that played for that Salt Lake team. I don't know how many Tonawanda guys they had, but kudos to Tonawanda for honestly that first game. I thought they were going to beat them. They came in
Yep.
on fire, won most of the game. The fourth period, they started taking some stupid penalties, but that was Tonawanda's chance. I really thought they were going to beat them. Oh, we've got a go rush guy
Go Rush. We
in the
got some
comments.
Rush out there.
Kai, you
It's
absolutely can be the next Team USA goalie if you keep working on it, though. We'll get you hooked up with some of these guys, talking to them. We'll have Dave Mather. Check out the NABLL content. He's one of the board of directors, and the Seattle Kings is who he plays for. But yeah, that's all coming up soon. I mean, but
well. Speaking of that, not for nothing, we got a Yeti out there playing with the Everest. With the our face-off specialist from year before, last year, Nikki Farrell is out there playing with the Everest, and they're giving the goalie and his boys a run for their money. I believe. I think they're up 2 on them.
so
They
what league
they
is
play a
that?
5 games. Yeah, the NABLL,
No, no, no. What division?
the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, okay. So that's in Dave. So actually, he might not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I don't know what the status quo is, but the last I was bebopping and I was talking to somebody, they jumped on it because you guys are much faster than I, and he was like, "Yeah, Nikki's playing for the Raw Everest." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's out there. He's been out there all summer."
Okay, so they
So
play at Everett Soccer Arena, it looks
Everett,
like.
yeah,
So when you look at the completed games, you can see that they played. So they were playing the Yetis August 11th, which was yesterday. So before that, did they play? Who was it? Where's the Seattle King? Oh, the Express. Yep, the Everett's Express. So it must be they didn't. Yeah,
I think they were doing some sort of
maybe best of, but 19 to
best of, yeah,
18 to
yeah,
9
19.
looks like
Yeah,
they
well,
looks
that's
like
when
they took
Nikki
care of
wasn't.
it.
That's why, yeah, but that's when Nikki wasn't there. I checked the stats on that. Look at that Yetis. That is a Yetis. That's a mean Yetis.
It is. So that's
I
I
love it.
want to talk to these guys just because you told me there's never an S on Yeti, no matter how many there is. But now we see the I can see that it just depends on if you're an East Coaster or West Coaster. So the West
Okay,
Coasters
well,
use the
what
S,
do you
and we'll
say
say
when
the
there's moose? What do you say when there's a moose? What do you say?
mooses.
Yeah, me
If there's
too.
a group of
But that's
if there's a group of mooses, I'm gonna say mooses.
that's a whole bunch of moose right there. That's a whole bunch of moose right there. That's a lot of Yeti.
It is. We're getting some NLL stuff going on in the chat. I love it. We've got the Albany Firewolves, we've got the Swarm, we've got Georgia. So a cool thing with Georgia too is we've got to meet quite a few of their players. Zach Miller actually is an Allegheny guy, Kai. I don't know if you know that, but when we look at that Allegheny team, so if Zach wasn't, yeah, put that Bandit stuff out of here. But if Zach wasn't hurt, he would have been playing for the Allegheny Arrows team that just won the President's Cup. Him and his brother Ben are from there. His banner's actually hung up in the background above their home bench that Zach Miller played. So yeah, no, that is funny. It's a small league.
It is. You know what? It's a great league. The Can-Am, where does where does it go? It's only going to get bigger. I got to believe Oneida's going to be knocking on the door. I would think with the beautiful facility and what Ron and those guys are starting to build out there, I would only believe that Oneida is going to be coming to the plate as well. I got to believe, and I hope so because it's going to bring some great lacrosse much closer to me to go watch.
Yeah.
So, and, hopefully, I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, field lacrosse is the first weekend game start in Saskatchewan on the 24th. Tommy Guns are
Yeah.
looking for a repeat victory. Nice.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, it's a small community. It's nice to see guys starting to get in the chats too. But I mean, looking through this, so we're going to see Cambridge. They've locked that one up. You told us the Nor'easters. Hopefully, we'll get them on. We should start getting some guests on from throughout the NABLL on this one, on our show too, not
Absolutely.
just tomorrow night. Tomorrow night it'll be the
Well, not tonight.
NABLL show, but
Can I just say something also to the
yeah,
NABLL? Thank you very much to Timmy last week for inviting me on. I had a blast. Hopefully, I didn't bore people too much with much of my blather, but I'm so excited for what the NABLL is going to have this coming in 2 weeks. You know what the experience? It's going to be it's going to be explosive. They gave me the mic. I'm working the mic, and you know what? We're going to have some fun, and we're going to make sure we know the names and do our best to pronounce them correctly.
yeah, 100%. We're going to try. No, I was just looking at this. So he's predicting Vancouver's going to be a major disappointment in Canada. I don't think so. I honestly think Mouse, and I think OJ, the dude, would have some issues with that one because he thinks Mouse is, he's OJ's guy. I mean, I know he left the Calgary. He's no longer a Roughneck, but they still got some good connections there, and they did get their. I think they got their boy back. They got Dickinson back, so Curtis Dixon gonna get back up there and hang out with OJ again, so that's huge. But looks like the Ignite. I think everybody wrapped up, so the Ignite should be the
Number
South,
one.
yeah, and Southeast, I think they're coming. And then if we look at we know it was Jobson and the Spirits with that, and then it looks like the Reapers coming out of the South Atlantic. Even though the Owls have a 6-2 record, you wonder how that works. It must be they're playing more out of league games.
Well, I know the Owls, they want to play. The boys, they travel, so that's a good feature.
That's
We'd like
huge.
to get there. How did the Kings make out from Albany?
Oh, Collar City, we'll check them now. So we look at the Metro team; they're 7-0. So the Mustangs 3-4, the Warhogs 3-5, and the Sharks. So the Sharks, that's another that had a couple guys from Allegheny. That had a former Yeti down there
Yeah,
with
that had
Hot
it.
Rod.
Rod was playing there. Also had Erin Baker. She tried out for the Yeti early on in the season, and her and Ryan Wheeler found the shark. Well, the Sharks at that point, then they jumped on and said we're in. So they were able to find something a little bit closer to their homestead. So it was cool to have a another USA women's member running with us for a little while. It
Yeah,
was always fun.
no, that's always awesome when you look through it. I mean, it's just cool when you get to. I mean, so having Coach Tony being the assistant coach for the Team USA too, though. I mean, just having those kind of accolades for some of these younger players is such a huge thing. We're going to delay the ads because we're getting a bunch of comments in there. It's nice to see everybody down there, actually. So, what do you think's going on with Del Bianco? Let's talk about that. Let's switch gears completely and let's go NLL. Where is Christian Del Bianco going? He no longer wishes to play with Calgary. He told him at the beginning of the year, gave him the entire year to figure out what they wanted to do, and they basically just let it expire, it looks like, and he's going to be gone.
So he's going to be a free agent.
I don't know how that works out. I didn't.
Or
I'd be
somebody,
lying if I looked that far
obviously
into it.
somebody did his contract or the
I think
has
his
the
contract.
contract
I think
period.
it was he didn't want to renew it. He told them at the beginning of the
Right.
year he was
When
not going to
does
renew
expire?
in Calgary.
Expiration is the huge key element on that one. Where I'm sure they're definitely shopping their number one. He's the number one goal for Canada going into the World Games too, isn't he?
Oh yeah, hands down. And the way
Yeah.
he
So
moves that rock just adds so
I,
much.
the
Whatever
young
team
man.
pays him best. Yeah, the wherever the taxes are lowest. So you know what? Maybe
Exactly.
he's coming to the U.S. Maybe
He
he's
could
getting
come
right
to the
out of
States.
Canada.
It definitely ain't going to be New York, so we can mark that one
Buffalo's gone.
off. Right, well, there you go. Let's talk another, and maybe I talked to you about that stat. Let's talk about stats. Somebody right now has won two back-to-back championships. And do you know who that is? There's only one. I believe there was one goalie that has won back-to-back championships for two
Besides
teams.
Matt Vince?
It's only Matt Vince.
Oh yeah,
He's
the
the only.
yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about it. I read it. It was a couple months back, but he's the first person that is able to go for because he went for three when he was with Rochester, but they had lost that
They
in
lost
the
the three-peat.
championship. Yes, they lost a three-peat, but it
But
was in a
so
shortened game, wasn't it?
you know who else was on that team? The guy from the Hooligans.
That was
That's the guy from the Detroit Hooligans that runs that team. I got to talk to him.
really.
Yeah, so he was on that team. Yeah, he was on that Rochester NLL team. It was cool. We got to go up to when I went up to the ILA, you see those guys holding the cup. I didn't know who he was at the time until we started talking. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like
That's awesome.
Prairie Tan was the first one to get it. And LOL, hold that thought, Noecker. Hold which thought is that? I want. Georgia has a state tax.
Just
I don't think he'll be going to the Firewolves. I don't see them getting rid of Dougie.
no, unless no, they ain't getting ready. They just renewed his contract, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's what they've done a good job renewing their big dogs, and I'm excited to see what Albany has to bring.
Ooh,
coaches coming off a
good question. So, which you're a fan, the Rush. Are you taking Del Bianco? I feel like he's an upgrade there compared to who you have. The Swarm is an interesting topic though because that Dobson had a pretty solid season. But I think Del Bianco, there's only like two other goalies in the league that I'm taking over Del Bianco. One of them's Matt Vince. I'm taking him all day, and I would probably take Dougie over Del Bianco. And I know it's because I'm a bit of a Albany homer, and I love watching Dougie Jameson. But yeah, no, I think
here's
Jameson
a
is.
question. Here's a question. We've skipped over one city on that throughway market there that
They don't count.
clearly is.
They don't. That Rochester
yeah,
doesn't count.
but they're owned by the same people. So you want to know
And
what? So what
they've
do
got
we do?
Hartley's coming back.
We recycle.
I think Hartley's coming back.
You think so? Yeah,
Yeah.
but who would you rather have?
Who would I rather have as a goalie,
Yeah,
Del Bianco or Hartley?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
especially the head injuries with looking at it from a business
the
standpoint.
concussion side?
Yeah,
that's true.
I
too.
mean, you only get so many melon shots. I don't care what sport you're talking about. I don't care if it's football, boxing, lacrosse, MMA. You only get so many of those shots, and he had to take a ton of time off. Came back at the tail end of the year. He was okay. It's I don't follow much of the MSL in the summer, so I don't know what his summer thing was, but I do really like Kai's response in the chats, though, that Dobson's his guy no matter what. You know, it doesn't even matter to him. Dobson's he's a community guy, and that's awesome to see, Kai. We love seeing that in the chats. Panther City is probably folding. I think Panther City's going to be moving. They had a big announcement coming up here.
Somebody I heard something about St. Louis. Was it me and you?
Me and you were shooting the shit about that, and we were talking, and that's the word on the street is maybe they're going to St. Louis. There's supposed to be that going. Oh, we got Josh. Yeah, I'm taking Del Bianco hands down. I am too as well, and mainly the reason I am is because of the head injuries. Hartley's good. Hutchcraft, he came in a couple times. He had one solid game. The second one not so much. I honestly think Del Bianco may be going to Halifax. If I had to take a guess, I guess Kurt Stiers is going to come up with the most money for him. If I'm going to gamble on that and stick my 2 cents in, I'm going to say it's Halifax.
Yeah, well, Halifax has an NABLL player coming as well, so that's pretty cool. Cam, what's his last name? Cam Smith there? Is that what his
Camden
name is?
Smith, yeah.
Camden Smith. Yeah, so as far as, I got to believe that Halifax is going to be looking deep.
Yeah, so I'm going through the NLL transactions right now because
okay.
I was a little curious.
You're quick like that. That's why I just sit here and just tell me Noecker put the mute on.
But yeah, no, the Rush signed Boudreaux, the Desert Dogs, Blake Gibson McDonald 1 year, Jake Dunbar for the Seals. But then the Firewolves, I think the biggest thing you see there is that they signed Nardella and Jameson to a 3 year deal. They've also signed Zach Mason to a 2 year deal and placed him on the active roster from the hold list. Buffalo Bandits, Justin Martin. That's a huge 1 year deal for them. I got to meet Justin. What a super nice young man. And coming back, he is, yeah, he playing up there for the Chiefs. What a great guy. The Bandits got Priolo again, Spanger, and Weiss. So the Bandits are not getting any younger. Decided, I guess, that they're happy with what's going on. Maybe Belter's coming back again, I would imagine, unless something else happened. But yeah, so Jack Posey is a roughneck. Dan Taylor. So you've got your captain again. That's I believe, right, OJ? Dan Taylor is yeah, I think he is. Yeah, the multi-year deals for Albany has just been amazing. But
What's that Duke kid's name that's coming to play?
Dyson Williams?
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
The number one pick that didn't play last year because of being in college, right?
Yeah.
That was the kid?
Yeah, he's good. So, and that's why they got rid of Grennan. And it sucks
Right.
because I did like Nathan Grennan. I'm going to try to get him on the show. He wrote back to me, actually, such a nice young man. Unfortunately, we were just kind of busy with stuff and didn't get a chance to get back to him. So we'll get some things going, but it'll be fun. I didn't like to see him go, but it was. I mean, who else do you get rid of though? I mean, Albany. When you look at their offense, you're not going to get rid of Marshall, right? I don't think so, anyways.
Yeah, well, you would like to not think so. I mean, why? But once again, you got a bench that is
Oh no,
how many
Jesse King
lefties?
is the captain. Yes, thank you very much, Prairie. But they got a bunch of them. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I forgot Jesse King was the captain of them. I screwed that up. At least we got somebody paying attention. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, they got a ton of lefties. I tell you, that
You
will
got a
be.
bunch of lefties.
But they re-signed Piatelli, and I think he's a left-handed guy that plays on that side. So you wonder if you're where. So he came in a little bit. He got hurt. He was out. And you see the two big sightings for Toronto there with Latrell Harris and Corey Small. Small had a phenomenal year last year. Hopefully Harris is healthy and comes out to play. The Toronto Rock have signed Mark Matthews to a 2 year agreement. And Nick Rose, you figure he's not going anywhere. But
No, he's not going nowhere.
yeah.
You got to just have your backup, solid backup.
Bandits picked up Paul Dawson. He was a Nighthawk, I believe. Oh
I'm
boy.
just read.
I'm just
I'm
trying to
reading
get caught
here.
up. They got Andrew Q. Yeah, I mean, trying to keep up with the chat and then going through the transaction log, man. This
Yeah,
is
you guys got me going back and forth.
I can see your eyes starting all over the place. It's like, am I trying to read this? Am I trying to read that? What's he reading? We're gonna pause the ads again.
And then I got the iPad here, I got the computer there, I got the camera here. I'm like, holy Jesus, which way
You
am I
got
going?
stuff going on. But no, I mean,
I'm
when you
all
look
like
through it, that's
techno.
a huge pickup for the Bandits. But then you got Ty Gibson, Ryan Lee is. Oh, they made their offer. That doesn't matter. Andrew Q. So to the Swarm fan down there, Kai, you got Q again for a couple years. He was a great player for the Firewolf. I don't think he was a great fit for the Firewolves at the time. I think he is that. He's a great shooter from the outside. You get somebody like Lyle that can dish him the ball and the way Miller plays and Oates. And I mean, that I expect big things out of that Georgia team. They made a pretty good run last year, but honestly, they had a terrible start. I think if they, yeah. Oh, the King brothers are destroying the Shamrocks and they are taking the Man Cup. Okay. We got definitely, well, I mean, they're those Canadian guys. They know all about the MSL. You guys will have to keep us up to date with all of what's happening
Salmon
up there.
bellies ain't doing too well, huh? Are the salmon bellies out of it?
I don't
The
have
Shamrocks are
any
the team,
idea.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I can barely keep up with the leagues I cover.
Well, I can't even keep up with what I'm trying to run. My gosh, there's so many. Take a look. Hands down, I'm excited, Greg. A lot of great things are happening. We haven't even touched the world team. I mean, we're sitting here talking these players and everything, and you want to what a Canadian roster looks like? Boo, dude, punch that up there. Ha 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 ha. ha.
Where'd
What are
you
you
find
gonna
it?
do? Where OJ? Where do we find the Canadian?
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
You
But
will. I
yeah,
don't know what other, but yeah,
no,
no, I've seen clips of it, and it's just ridiculous. One right after the other after the other.
yeah, no, trying to keep up with. So I noticed at the World Lacrosse Box Championships, they've got the roster tracker, so we can go here. England. Let's see if we know anybody. We might as well just start at the beginning.
Oh, look at that! Bam!
So,
You
oh, we're in the
go.
females first. So I definitely won't know any of them.
No, 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 I
No.
actually we have a young lady that is on the Hunter Shawnee team. She played with us up in Tri City Women's up in Lake Placid.
Who's that?
You're going too fast. I can't see. Blah, 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 blah. Was it Burns?
Tristan
I'm not
Burns?
sure. I believe it was one of those. We was just talking about it. I was talking
There's
to
also
Bobby
a
Dix.
JD Burns. So you
I
could have
think it's
had
Kristen,
Jade or yeah. All right,
or it could have
so
been Jade. Okay, there you go.
they've only
Uh,
got the all right.
Still a
I want
training.
I want to get to the men's roster though.
How do you
Jump to
get to the
men's
men's?
roster. There it is.
Where's there it is.
Here we go. So now we will probably actually know if you. Oh wait, we're starting at top with Canada. Get out of here, England. Oh, they don't have it submitted yet.
Also, it must have been just a
So it's got to be just something that everybody was seeing. It's probably posted somewhere else. I'll check it out. I'll
place.
find it in a couple
Yeah.
of minutes, I bet.
But yeah, it's a loaded gun. That's how I knew Del Blanco was the starting goalie and Rose wasn't. I was like, holy sugar.
I don't know. I like Rose. I don't think he
I think he was number 3 on the chart.
well, I honestly though, he's never proved in the big games that he's got what it takes. He plays decent through the regular season, makes a lot of saves. He's a solid goalie, but I mean, he hasn't proved to have the it factor. Set aside 16 legs for box if anybody's looking for him. Oh, there. OJ's just sending us the whole roster. So they got Ty Kurtz. Where'd you find that, OJ? Text. I should have had him send. Shoot me the message on Instagram. Those are the official names. So
Yeah,
somewhere the
yeah, it was.
Canada team. Okay, so if Canada.
Yeah, it was one of the days I was scrolling, not doing what I normally do, but I found something and I thought it was pretty interesting. It was a great team, great roster.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the U.S. roster. I'm fingers crossed on a couple people.
Okay, so looks like Inside Lacrosse. Probably Stamper. Actually, I should have known would have this. So yeah. So you got
That
Westberg,
should have
Graham
been the first
Hossack.
one you went to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it absolutely should have been. So yeah. Oh,
there
and
it
here it
is.
is.
Yeah,
So it was posted from
that's the one
Team
I was
Canada.
looking at.
So
Yeah.
that's posted from Team Canada on Twitter. Jeff Teat, Tanner Cook, Shane Jackson, Josh Byrne, Dane Smith, Ryan Smith, Robert Church, Westberg. Alternates. Simmons. Simmons is an alternate. Wow. I don't know about that one, but Cornwall, Reese, Gillies, Jeffrey, Jones, and Dobson. I wonder what happened if he didn't make something. Or so on the defense though: McKay, Gilray, Priolo, Salama, Courier, Cole, Hossack, Withers, Mitch DeSnew, Harris, Rogers, and Chaykowski. So they got the Firewolf and Chaykowski down there. That's cool to see. But then yeah, Dylan Ward, Del Bianco, and Nick Rose.
Not
Yeah.
bad. Not bad. I can't wait to see what the U.S. brings to the table. It's going to be awesome. Is Hunter Deshani on there?
Oh well, if we go back to the yeah, we'll go back to this one. Nope, the Haudenosaunee one's not up either, but this one, the 34 player training camp roster's up. So there's Goa. We were just talking about him. Plays for Can-Am. He played so that he couldn't play in the championship games either. It was part of the deal when he got traded when they traded his rights from Tonawanda to
Uh-huh.
Allegheny that he could
Uh-huh.
not play against Tonawanda. So they were rolling the dice going with one goalie for that entire championship series. When I heard that, I was like, "Wait, are you guys serious? That was the that's what happened?"
Well, that's not a bad backup as far as Jake Lazor, eh?
No, he was backing up Chase Martin. He was on the other
Oh,
side.
okay.
Lazor was
He was
playing
at the,
against him. But so
yeah,
then you
but it would have been Goa Abrams if
oh yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Still not a bad backup.
Yeah. No, either way, yeah, no, they both I think that's how they ended up with Lazor. So you got Belter, he played for Tusky last year, Bonaventure graduate. I think he was up playing in Canada this summer. Bertrand. So
Is he on there?
yeah, he's on there. He's on. This is not their final roster. This is their
Right.
but Cabizio, Davis Allen, that guy's fast. He is phenomenal. Foley, Goldbracht, Govett, Jack Hanna, Hutchison. So Drew Hutchison is he was the one that played for Halifax, came in, had one great game, not such a great other game. Bobby Kidd, that's not a surprise. The Kirsch family though, so we've got Cole, CJ, Connor, and Colin. They're all phenomenal lacrosse players. Danny Logan. So there's Big Dave right there. Big Dave makes big saves on Instagram. Yeah, Kai, you should definitely follow Big Dave. He runs the Seattle Kings, and I think it's Dave Makes Big Saves or something like that on Instagram. But Dave Mather, uh, phenomenal goalie there now. Nardella. So we've got another Firewolf. Ethan O'Connor, a former Firewolf. He was a Riptide. What are they now? The Black Bears? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so then
Black
Jared
Bears.
Newman, Mac O'Keefe, Brannigan, Ressateris. Ressateris, too, he oh, he. The problem with Ressateris, he takes 1,000 shots a game, and if he's not on, although he was starting to become more of a playmaker with some of those guys down in Philly, when he tries to do too much, it hurts him. But Big Blaze, Brandon Robinson, Dylan Robinson, their brothers. Tom Schreiber, I think, is the best American box lacrosse player when it comes to like just all around skill level and everything. I honestly think Tom Schreiber is our best. Joey Spalina, I think, can be that guy. I think will be that guy, not just can be, but I think it's going to be a few years. But when you watch Tom Schreiber, man, he is the epitome of what you want for an American lacrosse player. Plays both hands, hard nose in the box, super high level IQ, knows where he's at. Dalton Solver, Ryan Terefenko. Terefenko, another great. I love watching him from Halifax. Wagner's got to stop blocking shots for Albany, but that's what he does. Takes him right off the back of the head for some reason. And Joel White. But yeah, I cannot wrap my head around that. Do you understand why they spin around backwards? So all your padding's in the front.
All the
And like,
paddings, it's on. Once again, you say it all the time. I can't. How could I jump in goal? It's human reaction to get. You're flinching. But once again, your back also has all that padding. It's not. Just shoulder pads. You got spine padding and everything. So you're pretty padded up all the way
okay,
down
no,
through.
I'm talking
So
like not the equipment padding. Your body is designed with pads on the front of you. Like as a hockey guy, I know when we block shots, you curl your toes, cover your nuts with your hand, and hope for the best,
right,
right? I mean,
right,
so
right.
all your body padding is in the front. So even if you're taking it off of your like leg, other than your shin bone, if you're one of these crazy field goalies,
Yeah.
the rest of us don't like it. But no,
No,
Splina
no,
did have
no,
a
no.
huge year in juniors. I can't wrap my head around the goalie position ever. Kai, do you play field goalie and box, or is it just box goalie? I'm wondering now, because those field goalies, that's a different level of crazy.
No question. Robert T jumped on there, and I no question.
Where is he?
Leary
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
Reggie will definitely have the boys fired up. I mean, after watching Laxney last year, they've they're fine tuning this. There's no question. I'm excited. It's going to be great. It's in Utica. Hello, world. Welcome to Utica.
What more could you ask for?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, 38 teams in downtown Utica for 9 days. Wow, what an experience! As far as get to Bag Square, enjoy Bag Square. Get to all the fine restaurants. Babes,
This is a
all
little
of them.
bit longer roster that OJ just sent me, and I noticed Colton Watkinson's on there. I really like seeing that. The captain from the Firewolf, Jake Withers. So Jake Withers, great face-off guy. You wonder though, he takes some dumb penalties, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb penalties. Talk about some dumb penalties in the Can-Ams this weekend too. Holy
That
sugar!
well,
But
honestly,
yes,
I'll say it over and over again. Tonawanda, if they could stay out of their own way, they would
yeah,
easily be one of the best teams. I mean, that last game was not a good game for them. Their first game was great. Their second game, I think they came out tired. The third game, they just weren't prepared. And also, so like that Zach Terry kid wasn't there. He was playing in Utica. They were missing a
he was at
bunch of.
Utica. He was playing with the
He plays with the
Hawkeyes.
Hawkeyes. Yeah, they
Yeah,
won. Yeah, he's the leading goal scorer. That man is a
they shut him
savage.
down. They locked onto him. He didn't score in the final game. He did not have a goal in the final championship game, and it was. I'm just like, where is he? Well, I'm started watching him. They locked on to him. They said, no, 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 no. You're going to beat us with somebody
with
else, and they
somebody
did.
else beside. And I
Yeah.
tell you what, so good for them. That's huge. But I mean, watching that young man, his that
Oh,
he has got some potential, man. He has got a future when he's playing with those men in that Can-Am, and you're watching what he can do against pros and former pros and like just legends of the game. So I think honestly one of the most underrated parts of Can-Am is they each team has a solid like three defenders that I think could make an NLL team if they weren't dads with full-time jobs and
right.
lives outside and they had to do something like that. But I mean
Yep.
each Can-Am team has that defensive guy that easily could be on a team, and I don't think it's that big of a. And it was starting to get where that kid was drawing those guys. Like he's just that good. And when you talk about the offense that was on that Tonawanda team, I mean Waylon Abrams, Gates Abrams, Lee Abrams. I mean just
There's
all
some
yeah.
big boys. They
It,
were some big boys.
Gates is a monster. Gates actually had a phenomenal year too.
That was 74, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The bigger
So
guy,
yeah, 77. But yeah, I'm
77.
so there's some comments in the chat about them for the NLL team. They can, but they had it worked out so they mostly can play for both teams. But like he said, I think there is a few players that they keep for doing that. What do they do? Some like sixes or some shit in the winter?
Oh, they got that sixes.
Right, and I think they
That's
are
the Olympic
allowed.
thing is.
Right, and I think they are allowed to keep some guys that they essentially redshirt. They let most of their NLL guys go, especially if they played in the NLL before. But I think they can stop. Yeah, money talks. It's
Money
like he
talks.
says, money talks at the end of the day. And it's sad that the PLL has more money than the NLL. I honestly have not watched any of the PLL this summer. I watch Can-Am and NABLL, and I'll put on a junior A game before I probably watch a field game. Honestly,
And honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of switched over and watched some golf this year instead of the PLL games, just because gotten into golf a little bit, not being able to
golf.
play. Seriously, it's not a bad sport. It's a good sport, especially if you like to have vodka and dew. If you have some Jimbo's vodka with a little Mountain Dew, I tell you one thing: golf is great.
OJ just sent me that was the tryout roster afterwards too. So I just posted it. And I'm sitting here looking at it. I was like, OJ, you're killing me. But we'll get
No,
back
I'm
into full
total.
swing here.
I'm no anti NLL guy.
No, no,
I'm
no,
all about.
not Paul. He's talking Paul Rabel, not Paul Decker. I
Oh, yeah,
guarantee
yeah,
you, this
yeah,
guy
yeah.
probably only knows you as Utica Yeti GM and probably isn't thinking that
Okay.
you're Paul.
Yeah, you
He's
want to know what?
talking Paul Rabel.
When he was down in Philadelphia, that's when I was heckling. I was down there, and me and Bobby and the Little Learys, we was at the Philadelphia Center there, and I was heckling whatever what their mascot. What was his dinger? Chopper. Oh, and Buffalo was giving it to him, but Paul Brable was on that team because I still got the magnet with him on it, but. As far as yeah, he didn't he wasn't a good old boy. He was somebody that wanted to try something different,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
it's
and that's
it,
he went out of the way,
he
you know.
he's a very good lacrosse player. I'm not taking it away, but what he is that next level businessman. He
And that's
created himself a social media market, and there's nothing short of just years and years of putting out content and content. So when people found him, he is probably one of the hardest workers in the on the planet. Like when you look at what he's accomplished, you can't take anything
sure.
away from there. But
No,
he's like
no.
most these guys that were just amazing field lacrosse players, got into box too late, didn't have the time to truly
It's a different
dedicate to
sport,
it.
man. It's a different sport. I'm sorry to say, it's a different sport. Some can take it, some can't, and select few can. Joel White on the USA. Yeah, there's a local kid that's played both, and granted, he's a long stick in the field game, but he's an incredible close
A lot,
defenseman.
a lot of guys are.
Eh,
I mean, look at Graham
Yeah,
Hossack. He's one of the best defenders in box. He's also one of the best defenders in field. I mean, it's just there's certain
yeah,
things that no, that Joel White, and like you said, phenomenal player.
yeah.
He's
What do you take a look
absolutely
at the head coach of Team USA, Reggie Thorpe?
hard
Reggie
nosed.
Thorpe was an incredible. Do you know where he played his college ball? Just so that we can get a plug in there.
I believe he's a Herculum.
Oh, that's right, the Herculum. And you want to know what? As far as incredible defenseman though. It was incredible to watch that guy
I'm
play
laughing
ball.
at Kai's comments because I've done stuff like that too. That's awesome, Kai. We've all been there, bud. We've all done some silly things in this. If you run any of this stuff, you know that kind of stuff happens. I love it. Actually, I was a long stick midi. Is basically I told Paul I played defense. He told me I was a long stick midi, and then it turned into I was just a midi by the end of my college career. But
Well, what's that 52-inch pole
I
though?
had a
That was at
special.
the 50. That was a 52-incher. Sometimes you could get away with having a little extra length.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was the best thing that ever happened. I never knew anything about lacrosse or even that long stick midi was a position until I went out there. But yeah, no, it's a life lesson learned, guy, like you said. And so I actually my first ever NLL interview, I did basically the same thing, but the audio just got so choppy, I screwed it up, man. It was bad. Oh, sweet, you
Hey,
got Miles Jones. That's a big pickup, guy. He's and that guy, he just like sticks out too when you see him. He's booming personality. I'll have to check that one out because, yeah, and Miles Jones, he's another one of those guys. Like if you had turned him into a box lacrosse player at a young enough
oh
age,
my
he would
goodness,
have been a
he'd be a
beast. He
beast.
would have been an
Oh,
absolute beast.
oh,
But you take these guys that are phenomenal lacrosse players and then you stick them in a box, and most people aren't humble enough to eat that humble pie sandwich and just be like, I got to
yeah.
start all over again. I'm awful at this. What am I thinking? Like most guys can't do that. I mean, it's just that simple as like
It's the
it's a
reaction.
humility
It's
thing.
the reaction time. It's the reaction time of so much space on the field being condensed into so quick. Not that they can't do it; they have the skill wise to do it, but it's that quick thinking. That's where the stick has its own eyes, and you let it fly.
I love it. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I believe that's where Barry was. No, he was Kitchener, my old hockey coach. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. That's one of the lines in Slapshot. You know, when they're taking them all out there, the guy he goes, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna open this bathroom. I'm gonna wiggle my." Yeah, so he that guy
I gotta
hails
believe
from
that
Moose Jaw,
he's
Saskatchewan.
clearly a tragically hip fan. There's no question. Bob Leary, talk to that man. There you go.
Yeah, we got everybody.
I knew it.
But Paul,
Yeah,
we've been doing this
yeah.
for an hour. It's been a blast.
It's
Thanks so much,
it's
everybody,
great.
for tuning in and getting in the comments this week. I absolutely, it's always fun when me and Paul do this, but it's even more fun when everybody's in there talking and kind of chatting it up. Kind of,
Hey, promote what you need to be promoting right now, Greg,
oh, the
so
channel
that we can.
membership. You talking?
Yes,
Okay, so
so
yeah,
that you
go ahead
gotta
and
get
join.
that
You
in
can
so
buy
that
Blue Squatch a drink a month, which is I believe it's $3 a month. You can become a baby Squatch. You get those cool little emojis. We've got some other ones, but it gives you access to our Discord. So some of you guys that are young enough to know what a Discord is, you will get access to us. You can write us on the Discord whenever we're streaming or anywhere. It's actually the only, I guess you can call it social media, even though it's not, but it is the only one that I have the notifications turned on. So if you send me like a Facebook message or a Instagram messenger, I'm not going to get it. Charity gets all that stuff. She gets the alerts. I will get the Discord messages or text messages. So people that have my phone number can text me. And yeah, thanks, Kai. It was a great show. And Prairie. Yeah, no, it was awesome having everybody in there. We appreciate you. If you guys can swing the membership, sweet. If not, it is what it is. We do appreciate all the support out there. I do love having it. But yeah, consider the membership. It's $3 a month. We love it.
it's less than a shot of Jimbo's vodka.
That's right. And see,
How about
OJ,
that?
you get special emojis, and we're starting to make special emojis. And now I'm actually tomorrow I'm going to start making some highlights, and we're going to do a show where basically one of the members a week we're going to have be on the show, and we're just going to BS lacrosse. And once the NLL season excuse me, starts, we're gonna do a lot of the live stream parties where we were hanging out and watching games and stuff, and it'll be members only where we just sit here and we'll put the game on and we'll all just kind of sit here and BS the game as we're watching it. It'll be a blast.
Greg, also let them know that we are talking about possibly doing that. What you call it there, fantasy lacrosse.
Oh
Whether
yeah,
it's
so fantasy lacrosse is on the table soon. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming up as far as that. We're gonna try to figure out a way. Usually, you can find. I'm gonna start looking into it because the season will be here before you know it. But you can usually find these leagues that'll let you run your own like private league. You just kind of sign up. So we're gonna try to find some version of that, see what we do. But I was thinking instead of fantasy, we did the pool pick'em. Remember?
right. That's what I meant to. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't. You do. My bad.
So yes, no, we're gonna do football picks. So what I'm thinking about, yes, we could do it. Yeah, we could maybe do something during the NLL draft. My problem is
That
I
would
don't
be
even know.
awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know when it is, but yeah,
let's
let's
find
do
out.
it. Josh,
we
you're in charge.
Yeah,
You're in charge.
we're the worst sports commentators ever. We're here to tell you all the NLL news, and we're sitting here trying to figure it out as we're going throughout it. So
Yeah,
it's a
but
blast, though.
well, once again, let's get these people. Come on, peeps. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's make this an enjoyable year and
Yeah,
have some fun. Whether you're a Bandits fan, whether you're an Albany fan, whether you're a Calgary fan, whether you're a Rush fan, you know, let's have some fun with it and let's grow the game.
absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
All
All
right.
of us having a good time. Yeti Nation, Greg Beecher. Love y'all. Talk to you next week with Brand Wide Distillery, Utica Mac Incorporated. For all your sales and service needs, contact Branches Simile, CRM Commercial Residential Management. Contact Jason down at CRM, Robert Dix Jr. Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix, Rome Sign and Display Company, where we get all our banners here at the Yeti outfit. Liberty Affordable Housing, Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and a friend of the Yeti. The B-Dry System, water issues in your basement, on your property, contact Brandon at B-Dry. Inside, outside, they can dry you out. Water no more. Family Landscape, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ, make your yard Yeti ready. CBI Cables, what the pros use. Custom audio, custom video, network and power cables built for your needs. CBI Cables, plug them in. Norris Candy, home of the original candy turkey joints. Check them out online or stop in 321 North Dockstader Ave in Rome, New York. Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Authentic German beer, authentic German food. Try this schnitzel. Ask for a cross check. Utica's finest barber shop. Contact Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy.com.